Hey guys, so this is something I wanted to share for a very long time. It's nowhere near complete. As you'll see, there's a mess, there's stuff scattered all over. But this is something I've been working on primarily with one other guy. There's a couple of guys I play with who have helped a little here and there, but it's supposed to be me and this other guy. Um, and we started this back on PlayStation 3, before PlayStation 4 even came out. So it's probably been 10 plus years, I think. But anyway, this is my castle, and we call this map the pit, and you can kind of see it written there. I have a little bit of like a stained glass mural kind of thing there. You'll see that closer up in a little bit. But here is the tour. I'll just continue talking about it from up here for a little bit first. First of all, it was all entirely done in survival. Um, Never been in creative on this map. Uh, so, as you can see, there's a main tower there, which stems from it's kind of on top of this like square building here, and the corners of the square building, there are four of these medium-sized towers, and then there are three of the smaller. You can't see the third one in the back there, but there's a third smaller tower. And you can kind of see the black roof there. You'll see the like connectors that we have between them, but I'll get there in a little bit. Um, there's this giant wall I built around it, and a pretty much perfect circle, as perfect as you can get in Minecraft at least. And there's this main entrance here, and then there's two hidden entrances in the back left and back right, kind of evenly spaced. I will say, it's funny, the whole build here, I took out so many trees and built so much here that this whole area of spruce used to be a snow biome, but I built so much, I guess, or took out so many trees that there's no longer snow, and that's why you can see little patches of ice here and there, and over there you can see how it's still snow, but yeah, this whole area just isn't snow anymore. Except for the roofs here, which get covered because they are so high up, but not because of the snow biome. But yeah, so you can see here, this is the front entrance. Those are two swords, you'll see them up close. There's some fountains in this main entrance. And there is like a little moat kind of thing around the four pillars slash main pillar in the middle. Yeah, and then over here, there is a ship I built. It looks kind of stupid from this angle. Should have been probably a little longer, but you have that there. Over there's some, and there's some bullcrap from before I started any of the big stuff. And then you can't see it, but on the other side of that little building there, about right there, I found it was like a tall mushroom island, but I kind of turned it into like a volcano. It's kind of neat. But yeah, here's the dock, and you can't see them from up here, but there are a bunch of just regular boats there, and then I built some medium and some little bit larger boats, and then the big ship, obviously. And like I said, this map is nowhere near complete where I want it to be. So I have the main castle here, and somewhere in the background, I don't know, on this side, both maybe. I want to put some like hot air balloons. I've seen people do that, and they look really cool. So I'd love to put some floating hot air balloons in there. Back in there, there's a desert. You can kind of see a little bit. I would love to. I originally wanted to put it there, but I'd love to build either one or maybe like three, like the pyramids of Giza kind of thing. But that desert is kind of small. When I built this map, it was on a classic size map on PlayStation Edition. So the original map was tiny. You can see the outline in certain places of the map because when I originally made it bigger, I didn't hit overwrite right world edges. So there's a clear unnatural wall, like over in that area. There's a woodland mansion just split in half. Yeah, but yeah, I want to do a pyramid somewhere. I have this. I have a pretty long tunnel in the nether that takes me to like the icy. It's just all entirely ice, and it has like uh, giant icebergs. That biome, I don't know what it's called, but I wanna. I've started to dig into the ice there, and I want to go and build like a tunnel down through and go from like this icy with soul torches to regular torches and netherrack and turn it into like a from ice to fire kind of thing. I do want to build another ship kind of out there ways where I think it opens up a little bit into the ocean over there. I want to build like a little pirate battle, like a pirate ship, and then another one of these where they're kind of fighting back and forth. I thought that'd be cool. Right, but let's start the tour of this, I guess. I'm just gonna jump off here and dig this out later. So, I'll start a little bit closer up. Here's the little boats. Probably too many of them. And the dock is pretty basic for now, but I'm hoping to get it nicer. And these are the mid-sized boats, I guess. They kind of look dumb the more I look at them. But then the bigger kind of boats look nicer. And then this one. And there's a lot of stuff like this that I haven't put as much detail as I should into it. So like, you'll see like that's probably where another mast is going to go. But I have put like I put a piston in here to kind of look like a steering wheel kind of thing. But I did think the upper deck of this looks pretty nice for now until I finish it later. Alright, but let's go back into the castle and I'll show you some of that a little closer up. And you'll see why we call this call this map the pit in a little bit. I do know right down here, you can see torches starting to pop up there. There's just a basic tunnel that goes down, and there's the end portal down there, which we've actually never been through. But, I will show you this first. It's funny because I built all this, I put in this dirt all around here to make it look more natural. I didn't do too great of a job on the ice here, but it's really funny because this was built on top of a lake. And I am on hard, so I might have to stop here and eat every once in a while. But, yeah, so you go up the main entrance and you have, I like these two swords here. And I kind of made them, they're the exact as what the sword looks like, pixel-wise. It's the correct amount of blocks, same exact size. Just not the right colors, but I like the black and white swords here. And then on either side, you can go up to the top and walk on top of this roof, or top of the roof of the wall, I guess. And yeah, so I always thought this entrance was gorgeous. It'll be better once the pillars and stuff are finished. Two little kind of fountain looking things here. And then if we go up here, doesn't look as great from the entrance up close, but it looks really good from a distance. So, but hopefully I can get that looking a little nicer later. And you come in here and it's pretty much empty on the inside of the castle. I do want to do like a throne here, some nice chandeliers, tables. I think I want to have like if any of you have played like Dragon Age Inquisition, I love the interior of the castle at Skyhold. I kind of want to look like that with the tables kind of inlaid on either side here. And then you can go over here, and this is just like how I'm going to go into the tower, I think. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do the interior of like all the towers and stuff. Like especially right up there is where the circle is. They're the inside of the main tower. Alright. But then I guess I'll show you this first. This really isn't going to be anything, I don't think, but this is how I got all the stone brick. When I was digging out the pit, which you'll see in a second, we have all these full of cobblestone, and there was a lot more. And then these are all full of like stone brick. And then we use these like semi-automatic furnaces to make all the stone. But anyway, then if you right here in the dead center, this is it lines up perfectly with the middle of the circular wall. But if you go down this tunnel, you will see why it's called the pit, because it started as this before it was the castle. So this is entirely underground. I mean, we did go down pretty far. We're at like 18, 19. It's at the Z-axis, I think. But we have like our little town hall here. We have this nice river going through. And this is where you can start to see it's cluttered. We're eventually going to empty this out. But my whole goal with this was to build like an underground city. And I think my favorite part is the ceiling here. And it is identical on every wall. And I've never noticed a mistake, so I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure it's identical on every wall. And then they're all the same design buildings, just in different colors and different materials. And I tried to make 6 individual sections of it. And with this this is like the town hall. So, and there's a waterfall over there with this little river. And as you can see, there's torches everywhere because we are on hard. And the only problem I have with this is when I initially built it, slime did not spawn down here. But it does now. And they are all over. That's why you'll see random slime balls laying around. But then, when you go into the town hall, this is also lined up dead center. It is directly below this is dead center of the pit. And then you come down here and you have 8 of these hallways. And I'll just start on the black room. All of these hallways, the 4 straight ones are perfectly the same. You come into there's 8 of them, miniature pits. And they all have a different glowstone design. Some of them are pretty basic, some of them are a little different, like this one. I'm not very creative of a person, but I try to do my best. But this is the black room, and I didn't say it, but it was kind of like a farm back there that we're making. So then you have, of the other 7 rooms, the orange here is my one friend's. He's building like his house and whatnot back there. Red is the guy who primarily helped me build all this. That's his. Purple is my other friend's room. and then I'll go down blue, because blue is my aquarium. I need to put finishing touches on it. I did have a little bit more to it. There was some, I forget what it's called. It's the glow stuff that goes on top of the nether trees. I forget what they're called. The warped hyphae, I think, and whatever. I had some of that down here, and I had more of the axolotls. I don't know how to pronounce them, not gonna lie. But I had more of those, and then my game crashed. Power went out when I was playing, and I got set back a couple hours after I re-downloaded from save data. But yeah, you can see there's a different pattern in the ceiling. This one's pretty just basic, just a striped with zigzags. But I thought this aquarium was pretty cool. Then once we get back down this hallway, I'll show you just one more of these. I forget what's in the other two. They might just be empty, honestly. But down this one is my room. And the diagonals are, I try to do rough math. And I know who does math in a video game, but I tried to make it roughly the same length as the straightaways. But as you can see, I'm in the middle of making copper oxidized. But my goal in here is to, I would like, this is the start of a snakehead coming out. And what I want to do is have the mouth of the snake here, which will be like, kind of like that area. Well, you'll come in, and then these 4 torches, or sorry, 12 torches, will be like a hallway into the snake that will wrap around and be a stairway down to underneath here, where I have dug this out too. And then I don't know what I want to do down here yet. I just know it would be kind of, I thought it'd be kind of cool to have like that snake way entrance. I'm thinking about having pathways go off in different directions, with minecarts, having like a bunch of tracks set up, because I do have a whole mining pit out that way, where it's part of the new Caves and Cliff update, I think, because this cave is just massive. There's materials all over, there's copper in it, there's a lot of the new stuff. There's, what is it, the crystal amethyst, I think it's called. There's a cave or 2 of those down there, maybe 3. But yeah, I have yet to finish the pattern in here. Not all of the pits are dug out with the stone brick inlay, but they don't all necessarily have the glowstone, because when I started this map, and me and Nate is the guy who primarily helped me do all this. Me and Nate were able to go into the nether, mine for glowstone, and then we were kind of cheesing it a little bit because back then I could reset the nether. And essentially what it did was reset it, but it was identical to how it was before. So we had pathways set up where we would just go, run, collect the glowstone, and then we wouldn't even have to find our way back, because if you reset the nether while you're in the nether, it just spawned you at your bed in the overworld. So it was kind of a little bit of a cheese. But I did want to show you this. This is my friend's entrance, which I actually thought was really sick, with this crying obsidian and the amethyst. And then he is a big fan of this because soul speed. So, but his ceiling, it's weird, but I kind of like it a lot. And yeah, so I thought that was pretty nice. But let's go back here, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show you. But I think that's actually it. Like I said, there's 8 of these mini pits, and they're all identical size, whatnot. Same length hallways. And then this town hall, which is a mess. All of this is going to be out of here eventually. There's going to be a storage room plus our individual rooms. And this is going to be gone too, this little vine. But it's nice to be able to travel up here and just look around. But that's the glow I was talking about in the aquarium. The stuff that spawns on top of those trees. But yeah, this is why it's called the pit. It took us probably 2-3 weeks maybe, and initially we didn't even have it this big. We had it quite a bit smaller actually, and then we were like, I think it needs to be bigger if we want to put a city. So we expanded if we had that corner done, we expanded from like here out or so, I would say. I think this whole ceiling is I think the square in the ceiling is 40 by 40, and it was originally like 25 by 25, I think. So, kind of like, hold on, slime, very annoying. But it was initially from like here, from my pointer out there, didn't exist yet. It wasn't cut out. So then we just expanded the one side. And this was before scaffolding, so when we were doing this, I wish I had like a time lapse of it. We had sorry, I was confused what that noise was. It sounded like a zombie drowning. But we didn't have the stone brick or anything up there, and we had to build like scaffolding out of dirt. And that took a very long time to put all this stone brick in, because we had to dig out another layer up while we had already had everything dug out down here. And we didn't do enchanting then. We didn't really understand how it works, because we don't really look a lot of stuff up. We just kind of play, and if we figure something out, we figure it out. So we did a lot of this with actually stone pickaxes. So we used some iron and maybe a diamond or two, but we really didn't have much diamond at the time. We didn't like play that hard, even though it's not that hard to get diamond. But yeah, we dug this whole thing out primarily with stone pickaxes. And we did all this before we started the castle. And when we started the castle up here, this whole tunnel here was done. But when we finished this, the pit, I mean, not the castle, right here, essentially, I think it was. It might have been a little lower. I might have extended the tunnel a little bit, but excuse me. The top of this was just a little wooden hut, which was always really funny, because it was just this tiny little hut, and then it expanded. We went from that hut to this, and yeah, but this is 10 plus years in the making, so I hope you guys enjoyed it.